What's up guys, SuperSaf here, and it's finally here. It's here, the Samsung Galaxy Fold. I've been waiting so long for this, and I know it's been delayed. I've already covered the reasons why it's been delayed in one of my previous videos. You can check that out in the cards and in the description, but I've actually managed to get hold of it. I may have had to do some very questionable things to get a hold. I'm joking, I didn't do anything dodgy. This was just stuck in customs. It was supposed to come to me last week, but Easter break, everything shut down, and I couldn't actually get a hold of this, but it's finally here. I'm so excited to check this out. Let's go ahead and get it unboxed. Right, so we've got this outer sleeve with all of these stripes, and these stripes kind of match the gaps in the stripes inside the box, so you might be able to see we've got Galaxy and then FOLD. Let's go ahead and take this out, and it's a bigger box compared to what we normally have with a smartphone, and that is because, of course, this is no ordinary smartphone. This is a very special smartphone, and we had to give it the SuperSaf style unboxing treatment, didn't we? So let's go ahead and open this up. That is so cool. Let me do that again. The box kind of rises up. This box is like, wow. This is like the fanciest box I've ever had on the channel. Look, it just lifts out. Do that again. That's so awesome, okay? And here is the device. Let's see what else we've got in here. Nope. So the outer box is mainly for that initial rise, but the main box is here. Now this inner box actually has the Galaxy Fold logo, which is pretty much the Galaxy logo, which is folded. Quite clever. Right, this actually rises up, and we've got another inner box. A lot of boxes. And I think this is the last box. It's actually white with, once again, the Galaxy logo embossed in here. There it is. The Samsung Galaxy Fold. I'm so excited. I don't think I've been this excited for an unboxing before. This is so crazy. Finally getting it in hand. Wow. That is so awesome. I honestly can't describe the feeling of finally having this in my hands. So cool. Now I'm going to resist temptation. I'm just going to put this to the side for a short while just to see what else we get inside the box. Now I've got to say, everything is presented very well. Expectedly so. This device is going to be retailing for around $2,000 when it is officially released. So inside the box, as well as all of the usual stuff such as a fast charging brick, SIM card ejector tool, USB Type-C cable, a USB Type-A to USB Type-C adapter. You also get this case, as well as some Samsung Galaxy Buds. Now these are the new fully wireless earbuds from Samsung. I've actually been using them for a couple of months, and they're very good. And it's great that Samsung do include these with the Fold, and you also get some spare ear tips and things if you want to switch them around to fit your size. Right, now let's get to what we've all been waiting for, and that is the Samsung Galaxy Fold. This thing looks absolutely stunning. Now, one thing I do want to address right away is the screen protector issue. There's a protective foam that sits on top of the display, which you're not supposed to remove. Now mine is an early review unit, so I don't actually have the warning sign not to remove this. This is something that the retail units will have, and I'm not sure what Samsung are gonna do. Are they gonna address this screen protector issue by covering it up a little bit further to make sure that it doesn't look like a screen protector? Right now, it kind of does look a little bit like a screen protector to me, if I'm completely honest, but once again, this is something that hopefully will be addressed when the official retail unit is out. Let's power this on. There we go. We've got the Samsung Galaxy Fold logo, powered by Android, secured by Knox. I kind of want to open and close this like a million times. I've not tried it yet. Should we do it? That is so satisfying. Fold out, fold in. 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 Oh, okay. I'll start. I could literally do that all day, but I won't carry on doing that in this video. I'll do it after the videos finish. So you can see that when we've got the device folded in, we've got a much more manageable size. It fits very easily in one hand. And we've got a 4.6-inch cover display here. This is mainly going to be used for very minimal tasks. But then when you fold it out, that's when you've got the main display. This is a 7.3-inch Infinity Flex display with dynamic AMOLED technology, and it looks absolutely stunning. Right, now let's address the crease. Yes, you can see it, but it's a bit more noticeable here in this studio environment because there's lots of light, and also because we've got a black background. I think if you've got a plain bright background, then it's definitely not as noticeable, and especially not as noticeable if you're looking at it head on. And I gotta say, my first impressions are very, very positive. This looks absolutely beautiful. The fact that you've got a 7.3-inch display at this aspect ratio as well, and the fact that you can just fold it and it's gone. That's so cool. That is so, so cool. Right, we'll come back to the display, but let's have a look around the device. And the first thing I gotta say is that it definitely feels very, very premium. You know you're holding something expensive in your hand, and it's also got a bit of weight to it. Now we do have a metal frame overall with glass panels here in the front and back. I've got the Astro Blue version with the silver hinge, but there's lots of other colors available. And this Astro Blue color gives off a really interesting sort of effect. When you've got the light hitting at different angles, you get sort of different rainbow colors. And at the back here, you can see that we've got the cameras. These are pretty much the same cameras that we've got on the S10 Plus. So the primary is 12 megapixels with a variable aperture. We've got the telephoto with 2x optical zoom. And then we've got my favorite, which is the 16 megapixel ultra wide, which lets you get in so much more into your shots. Now the front, as well as the cover display, you do have an earpiece as well as a 10 megapixel front facing camera. Now this is the same as what we've got on the Samsung Galaxy S10. But when you open this up, you have the same dual front facing camera setup like you've got on the Samsung Galaxy S10. So that's a 10 megapixel primary camera with an 8 megapixel, which is going to get depth information. And when it does come to portrait selfies, I've said this before, but the S10 Plus does a really, really good job in terms of edge detection because of that secondary camera. So you might want to take most of your selfies when this is flat open, but I'll be doing lots more tests, of course. Now, one thing that's quite interesting is that I've seen a lot of other reviewers say that this makes a great viewfinder for taking images because you can hold it like this. And that does kind of remind me of all of the memes about not taking pictures with your tablet, but I guess this technically isn't a tablet, so you can get away with it. But anyway, if we have a look around the frame, you can see that we've got speakers on either side. So they're left and right if you're holding it in landscape, or top and bottom if you're holding it in portrait. And let's actually go ahead and play a video and see how it sounds. Nice. Very loud indeed, and if you're holding it like this, the sound kind of like bounces off your hands as well, and it gives it quite an immersive experience. Now, one thing I am noticing is this cutout. It does kind of cut into screen, and obviously if you're watching 16:9 content, you are going to see these black bars on the top and bottom, and if you're watching 18:9 content, then you're going to see even bigger black bars. So this is a good reason for me not to switch to 18:9 just yet. Now on the right hand side of the fold, at the bottom, there is a USB Type-C input, which you can use to charge the Galaxy Fold, but it does support fast wireless charging, so you can just drop this on a wireless charger. And the Galaxy Fold, like the Galaxy S10s, also supports Wireless PowerShare, so that's where you're going to be able to use the Galaxy Fold to charge another device wirelessly. Now looking at the buttons, so we've got a volume rocker, we've got a power button, and then we've got a fingerprint scanner. Now this fingerprint scanner also doubles up as the Bixby button, which is kind of odd. I would have liked the fingerprint scanner to also be the power button, but if you do have it always on, you can just tap it and it's going to let you in very, very quickly. Works just as fast as a Samsung Galaxy S10e. On the left-hand side of the fold, you do have a SIM card tray. Now this does not have space for a micro SD card, so you can't expand the storage on the Galaxy Fold, but it does come with a massive 512 gigabytes of storage on board anyway, and that is UFS 3.0 storage, so that's twice as fast compared to the previous generation, and you'll never get comparable speeds using a micro SD card, so I kind of get why they've not included it, and considering that you've got 512 gigabytes anyway, I don't think that's going to be a big deal. You've got 12 gigabytes of RAM with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 processor, so in terms of speed and performance, this thing should be absolutely fine. Considering my experience with the 855 on the S10, it's been so smooth, and that's got 8 gigabytes of RAM, so 12 gigabytes of RAM on here will be really cool. And I think one of the reasons why they've included so much RAM is because of multitasking. Of course, if you've got a larger display, it's going to give you more scope to multitask, and you can have lots of apps open at the same time. So for example, I've got YouTube open here, but I can also open Twitter and then maybe a Chrome browser as well. So I can have all of these apps open at the same time. But I think for me, what's really cool is app continuity. So if you've got an app open on the cover display, as soon as you open it up here, it should transfer straight away. So let's try this out. So here you can see that on the cover display, I've got Google Maps open at Leicester, and I'm gonna open the main display And that's straight away. That was almost instant. That was very, very impressive. Now, of course, apps are going to have to be supported to be able to go in between the cover display and the main display. This is a new device, so I think it's going to take some time by the time app developers make their apps compatible for the Samsung Galaxy Fold. Now, another thing that I'm really liking with the Galaxy Fold is the keyboard. When you've got it open up like this, the keyboard actually splits in two, and it's very, very easy to type. Boom. Now, one thing you may have noticed is that we don't have a 3.5mm jack. Now, I'm not sure why this is. It might be because of the space and the design issues. Might be a little bit weird as well, having a wire kind of dangling out when you've got it folding and unfolding. But you do get the Galaxy Buds out of the box. And realistically speaking, me personally, since I've been using the Galaxy Buds so much, I've not really felt the need to have a 3.5mm jack. That's me, you might be different. For the battery, you do have a very large 4380 mAh battery. That's the total, but it's actually split in two on either side of the Fold. From what I'm hearing, it should get you easily through the full day, maybe even 2 days. Right, so what are my thoughts on the Samsung Galaxy Fold? I think it's pretty clear that I am super excited about this. I don't think we've seen something as innovative as this in the smartphone space for a very long time. And being a tech enthusiast, like a lot of you guys, I am super pumped to see a new product category like this. Yes, it's first generation, and because of that, there have been some issues. So you might have heard, a few people have had issues where some dust and some debris has been trapped in and kind of pushed out against the display. Now, I gotta emphasize that this is a brand new product. This is something that's not been tried before, and Samsung have taken a risk by introducing this product. And the positive is that some of these issues have been addressed very early by reviewers. Thousands of these units have not been shipped out to customers. So I'm actually really glad about that. I'm hoping that Samsung can find a solution to some of these issues that we've seen. And if they can, I think this is going to be a very promising first generation product. Now I say that because it is $2,000. I don't think everybody out there is going to go out and run to buy one, but it leads things in a good direction. Hopefully when we see the next Galaxy Fold, the one after that, things are going to be improving more and more. We're going to get more durable screens. And honestly speaking, I can really see myself using a device like this where we've got a small front display and we've got a large display which you can just fold up and put into your pocket. That's what I think anyway. What do you guys think? Definitely drop me a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also let me know if there's any SuperSaf style coverage that you'd like me to do with the Samsung Galaxy Fold. I know there's been some other videos since last week already, but if there's something different that you'd like me to do with the Galaxy Fold while I've got it, then do let me know and I'll try to bring that content SuperSaf style to you as soon as possible. And make sure you have subscribed and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of that content coming up. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do hit that thumbs up button for me. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV. I'll see you next time. And this thing is so dope, honestly. I can't even hide it.